This is the second out of 5 videos of Excel tips, tricks, and shortcuts. It shows another batch of amazing Excel functions you should know. The last video contains 10 Excel functions, so now let's begin with 11. Find Replace. If there are items in your data that you want to replace, this function can do that fast. Go to any cell in the table, highlight the data with the use of Ctrl A. Display Find function by hitting Ctrl F. Type the value that you want to find and replace, say region 3. Click Alt P and type the replacement value, say region 6. Then click Alt A. Now all cells containing region 3 are replaced with region 6. Number 12. Remove duplicates. If you want to remove duplicates from the set of data, you don't have to check them one by one. You can let Excel do it for you. Just highlight the table, then go to Data, and choose Remove Duplicates, or just simply click Alt-AM. The default here considers all headings, meaning if all data under the 3 headings match, one duplicate will be removed. Then click OK. We can also remove the amount so that the duplicates where the product and region match will also be removed. So this time, 2 duplicates were removed from the table. This function is very useful, especially if you work on large amount of data. Next is blank. The easy way to spot blank cells is through the ISBLANK formula. Input the equal sign, then ISBLANK, or you can just type ISB then tap. Then choose the reference cell. Then copy to the next cells. It shows true if the cell is empty and false if it contains data. That's simple. Then we have the IFISBLANK. In addition to the ISBLANK formula, you can add if for more options on how you want to display the answer. Begin with the equal sign, then type if, open parentheses, followed by the ISBLANK formula. You'll notice that the guide shows that you need to indicate the desired value to appear if the logical test is true, and next the desired value to appear if false. As an example, you can indicate the word blank if the logical test is true or the reference cell is blank, and no if the reference cell has content. Take note of the open and close quotation marks. And copy the formula down. Next, COUNTBLANK and COUNTA. It's easy to determine the number of blank cells in the table. Just input the equal sign. Type COUNTBLANK and click Tab. Then, select the range of cells to perform this function. Enter and it displays the number of blank cells. In a similar way, you can also count the number of cells that are not empty if you replace COUNTBLANK with COUNTA. Go to the range of cells, then enter, and the number of cells with content is displayed. Number 16. Freeze panes. When you are working on a large set of data and you want to retain the top row header or the left column header when you scroll down or to the right, freeze panes function is the answer. Like this, if I scroll down, I can't see the heading anymore. Or if I move to the right, the left column header is lost. So what we should do is to freeze the row or column that we want to see wherever we go. Just go to the cell after the row and column that you want to freeze and go to View, then choose Freeze Panes here. Or simply hit Alt-WF, Enter. So now if I scroll it down, the top row header remains. And if I move to the right, the left column header stays. To unfreeze, just do the same. Alt-WF enter. Or go to View, then Unfreeze Panes. Number 17. Control plus arrow keys. In order to navigate the table quickly, make use of the Control and arrow keys. Hold Control and arrow down to go down to the last cell of the column. Control plus arrow up to go up to the topmost cell. Control plus arrow right to go to the last cell of the row. And Control plus arrow left to go to the first cell of the row. Number 18. Control plus Shift plus arrow keys. This time, use a combination of Control and Shift plus the arrow keys to highlight, with emphasis on the word highlight, to highlight the cells up to the end of the column or row. Let's try. Control plus Shift plus arrow down, Control plus Shift plus arrow up, Control plus Shift plus arrow right, Control plus Shift plus arrow left. All cells up to the last are highlighted or selected. Additional tips. You can hold Control plus page up to go back to the previous tab, Control plus page down to go to the next tab, Control plus space to quickly highlight the entire column, and Shift plus space to highlight the entire row. So that's how fast you can highlight a row or column or navigate the tabs without using a mouse. Next, insert multiple rows or columns. To insert a row, hold Shift and click space to highlight the entire row. Right-click, then choose Insert. To insert multiple rows, just highlight as many rows as you want to be inserted. Then, right-click and insert. The same goes for inserting a column. Highlight as many columns as you want to be inserted. Hold Control, then hit space to quickly highlight the columns. Then, right-click and insert. Another way of inserting is with the use of the shortcut Alt-HI. Highlight a row, then click Alt-HI, then enter. Highlight a column, then click Alt-HI, enter. It's up to you which way works for you faster. For me, using Alt-HI is a lot faster. Number 20. Text to columns. There are times when you need to export data from an application or software to Excel. The data appears to be continuous and you want to divide it into different columns. You will need the text to columns function for this. Just highlight the data and click Alt-AE to display the text to columns window. Then choose between the limited and fixed width. You will use the limited if there is a common character like tab, semicolon, comma, space, or other characters that can be used to separate the text. In our example here, we can use the limited as there's a common character which is colon. So let's click Next. Colon is not in the list, but we can input it in the box beside Other. Then click Next. And this is the result. If the fields of your data are aligned in columns, you can use fixed width. Take a look at this example. Highlight and click Alt-AE. Fixed width is already chosen, so let's click Next. From the data preview, you can change and position the lines based on how you want the data to be divided. And this is the output.